Welcome to I Said No Gifts. I'm Bridger Winegar. We are not in the backyard. We're in a recording studio. It's so official. This is the first time in over 4 years, since the little speed bump of the global pandemic that kind of stopped us from being in a recording studio. We're not in the backyard. I feel like a feral cat in the house. I feel this is going to be an adjustment period. We've all got to just brace ourselves. But eventually, I'll stop clawing the furniture. Everything will work out and we'll feel great. And then there'll be video. That's the big deal here. Everyone's got to have a video at this point. So we'll see how all of this goes. What's going on? What is happening in my life? Well, I drove half an hour today to an appointment that canceled 10 minutes before the appointment, so I just let that ruin my entire day. Just let that kind of seep in. But I did get 2 gorgeous loads of laundry done. I'm on top of things. We're in the studio, and let's get into the podcast. I'm so thrilled about today's guest. It's Jim O'Hare. Jim, welcome to I Said No Gifts.
Bridger, what is this you mentioned about a global pandemic?
Oh, Jim.
I don't know if I'm familiar with that.
Well, it was a hoax.
Oh, it was a hoax.
So you're
okay.
probably more on top of it than I am.
I travel a lot, so I wasn't aware of something had happened.
You were on a lot of planes.
I was up in the air a lot, so I really don't know what happened down here. I don't like to know what goes on down here, so it all worked out for me really well.
I wish I could say the same for myself, but I made it through, and thank God for I was just telling you, the backyard, which I feel like the listener is probably going to be screaming about for a while. Get back to the backyard. We'll just see what happens.
For those who are listening, I know you're saying this is one of the first, if not the first time you're in this studio.
The first time.
This is a gorgeous studio. The building is gorgeous. I know nothing about your backyard. Maybe it too was gorgeous. I can't speak to it. But I can tell you, listener, this is quite the setup. Like really producers and microphones and all the good stuff.
It's too much.
All the good stuff. It is a lot. The building is amazing when you walk
enormous.
in. It's enormous.
My God, I could hide in here.
You could hide in here. And I, for one, am glad I'm not sweating in your backyard. So that's me. That's Jim O'Hare. Others might be negative about that. I am on board with not being in your backyard sweating.
What can I do to get you sweating in my backyard?
Wow. Others, well, let's see, $20, I'll use you to most anything. Yeah, my OnlyFans account, stuff like that. There are some people who will pay me to sweat. There's a whole community out there. I don't judge.
Okay, well, you'll be getting a request. I will be signing up for your OnlyFans.
Nice.
And I'm going to be making big demands. Huge, disgusting demands.
And for $20, I engage all of them. Yes, so just so people know.
Well, that's good to know. Very good information. I am now thinking.
I tried to open an OnlyFans. They wouldn't let me. They literally said no. This is where we draw the line. A site that will let anyone do anything said no. This is where we draw the line.
I ran into the same problem. I created a burner account, and I am producing a lot of content.
Are you?
There's some explicit material just pouring onto the internet.
I need access.
Well, it's free. People will not pay for
people
this
aren't even paying.
No, but I am thinking about trying to sneak in here and stay the night.
You
I
should.
feel like that would be a nice little surprise for everybody.
It would be a lovely surprise, and it's temperate. You'd be very comfortable.
What a way to lose my contract.
Oh, a contract. Boy, aren't you fancy. Wow.
You have a podcast. You have a contract?
Parks and Recollection. Apparently I do. They pay me. I don't know. I guess I signed something. I am just, this is sad, but it's true. I am terrible about business. I'm terrible about contracts. Today I had to sign something and I didn't even read it. I'm just like, I trust everybody around me, which I know will not hold up in court when I'm being sued for God knows what. But I started reading it. It says the party of the first part, party of the second, and clause 13B. I'm like, oh, no. I trust that the people who are there to take care of me have taken care of me, and I just signed my name.
This is fully I am absolutely a target to be taken advantage of.
Me too.
I first of all, I'm lazy, so I'm not going to be doing the reading.
Me too.
And then I'm very trusting.
Yes.
And I feel like I do. I'm like, oh, if I get into court, I'll just be like, well, I'm a nice guy. I meant well.
Well, heads up, Bridger, it doesn't hold up in front of a judge because they're going to go, you're an adult? You should be taking, and believe me, I am the same as you. I would just be like, what is it? Mercy of the court. I would just be falling on the floor because I do count on people being trustworthy. I feel like I'm really trustworthy. I wouldn't try to rip somebody off. So I don't think anyone else is trying. And I do. I'm joking around, but I do have good people around me. So I do believe they are taking care of me, but
until you find your Judas.
Exactly.
We've all got a Judas in the shadows.
Wait a minute. Someone did try to kiss me earlier today, right before I signed. Interesting. That's something to think about.
After a really fantastic dinner.
Yes. Not fantastic, but okay. And I'll kiss even after an okay dinner, just for the record, for those who are looking. Yeah. It doesn't even need to be great. Yeah.
Have you ever been betrayed?
Wow. I don't think I've ever been asked that question. I've been disappointed,
right.
in life, here and there in relationships and friends here and there. Boy, betrayed, because betrayal to me is a lot bigger than disappointment.
Of course.
Like a betrayal is like, are you effing kidding me?
Right.
You went this direction? So I don't think, at least nothing's jumping out that I've been betrayed. Have you?
I mean, as soon as I asked that, I was like, first of all, I should not be asking.
No, I think it's a good question.
I'm going to ask every guest.
I think
Tell
you
me
should.
about your deepest betrayal.
Because I want to hear, I want the dirt.
I'm trying to think if I've really been betrayed before. I feel like the closest I've gotten is food poisoning. Where I'm like,
yeah, you
because I
betrayed
trust
by
food
them
so much.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, look at me. I trust food every day.
Right, every
Yes.
single day. And when you get food poisoning, it really does feel like, oh, I trusted the restaurant.
That's a good betrayal.
It's a huge
Even though
betrayal.
they're not individually calling you out.
Right.
It's not that type of betrayal, but it's still a betrayal.
And maybe it is that. Maybe they,
They're
they
like,
were secretly...
Bridger's here. Put the snot in the burrito.
Get out the bad lettuce.
Exactly. I was doing a theater gig in Kansas City a few months ago, and I got something called Norovirus, which I had never heard of.
I've only heard of this on cruise ships.
It's a big ass cruise ship thing. And I still don't know where I got. I said to the doctor, the hell? Because I had to go to the emergency room. They were pumping me in both arms with fluids, and I had shows. I never missed a show. Like it was one of those, the show must go on kind of things. Even though the theater was so gracious, like, Jim, we have your understudy. We can do this. But people paid to see me, and I'm one of those people like, oh, God, I can make it happen. But they were filling me with fluids in both arms. I said, how did this happen? And he goes, somebody didn't wash their hands after they went to the bathroom. And then I start really getting freaked out like, oh, God, all day long we're touching things that people touch who don't wash their hands after they go to the bathroom.
Almost anything you touch has been touched by somebody with absolutely filthy hands.
Filthy. And the good news, though, 16 pounds I lost. 16, of course, all liquid, but 16 pounds. And I won't say her name, even though I love her to death. The actress in the play was like, I want Norovirus for a while. Like, no, you don't want this. Because, this is way too much information that I'm going to share with everybody.
Please.
It was so bad that during performances, I'm an adult man who took let's just say I put protection between my cheeks because sitting, coughing, standing, I had no idea what was going to happen.
I would be in a full diaper.
I was too proud to do the diaper, which, please, I'm heading that direction for sure. But at this point, I was still too proud and I didn't do it. But it was, and the cast was so great. Like, Jim, because I had no energy. It was just awful. And like, sit when you need to. We'll figure out blocking. We'll work around you. And I said, no, I'm going to be fine with all that, but I can't guarantee that I'm not going to shit myself
Did it
on
ever
this
happen?
stage. I think I was clean. The toilet paper always came out clean.
God.
But that's how nervous I was, though. That's how unsure. Because this norovirus is an MFer.
I'm sure.
Wow. And I'd never experienced something like if I had food poisoning and it's over in 12 to 24 hours. Right. This was days and days.
How many shows did you perform with norovirus?
We do 8 shows a week. It was a Broadway schedule. So I was sick from Friday to Thursday. So 7 or 8. Yeah, 7 or 8 shows. And
well, then
some
you
worse
definitely
than others.
shit your pants. You just don't remember it.
Exactly. And the cast, I would almost collapse after the show, and they were so concerned and you don't have to do this. We can figure it out without you. But this theater, it's in Kansas City, and it's this amazing place. It was my 3rd show there. And they normally bring in like one kind of celebrity guest for every show.
Right.
And the show was doing very well. And I'd like to think people were coming to see me. And it's like, oh my God, they've paid for these tickets. And anyway.
Jim, you were ruining the show. People were like, he has no energy. This guy sucks.
Everyone kept saying I brought it once I hit that stage, and I hope that's true, because I would hate for people to go and, well, I think he's shitting himself up there. Honey, is he shitting? What's happening? Why is Jim O'Heir on stage shitting in front of us? I hope that's not what they were saying, and they would be wrong, because I don't think I did.
Now I have an idea for a show. I mean, what an experience.
But how many
for the
episodes can you
audience.
do? Yeah, that's a one and done.
I am going to be producing. I'm going to Broadway. I'm going to,
with this.
with this general concept. One actor will always be at risk of shitting themselves.
I like it. Yes, see if I'm available.
Vomiting.
If you book the space, see if I'm available. Yeah.
And now, did you also throw up? Was there
No, it was not that.
Wow.
It was strictly below the waist problems.
Interesting.
I mean, I didn't want food. Like there was no hunger or anything.
Right.
But no, never grabbing the toilet bowl as far as that. Just the other end.
And deeply dehydrated.
Deeply. It was so funny because they gave me one bag of fluids, I guess, and then they tested my blood again, and she goes, oh, we haven't made a dent. So then they hooked me up to another bag with my other arm. So it was crazy.
That is
frightening. But the funny thing is I'm in Kansas City, and the Chiefs are kicking ass. They're heading toward the Super Bowl. They're in the playoffs. This emergency room, because there was a Chiefs game, was empty.
Oh,
empty. And she goes, oh no, someone could have their arm cut off. They're not coming in here until after that game. And she was right, because after the game, the place started filling up. But I had my own emergency room.
Wow.
It was lovely.
That's very Beyonce.
But the embarrassing part, there was a male nurse, sweetest guy. Oh, I wish I could remember his name. But he recognized me, and he was this and this. And what he had to do for me. Oh my! I kept saying to him, "I'm so embarrassed. You should never have." He goes, "This is what I do." I go, "I know, but you know who I am, and because you have to give samples of things, and he's got to take those samples."
Subscribers.
Exactly. Yes, there are people out there right now. Because I will tell you this, and I know I'm bouncing around topics here. If that's okay with you.
No, this podcast is only
all
one
over
topic.
The place.
No, strictly we dive into a topic and do not stray.
Do not stray. Well, I did a film right after Parks and Rec called The Middleman. And we did what do you call it, crowdfunding.
Oh, sure.
And we raised, because we had money from producers, but then we raised, I believe, around $160,000, which was amazing. And these people are so generous to give, and so there were things we had to give as incentives.
Oh, right, little bonuses.
Some were easy, some were, but one of them was you got a phone call from me.
Okay.
So. One night they give me a burner phone because you can't give people your number, and I start making these phone calls. And the one guy, he answers, and I said, "Hey, this is Jim O'Heir. I want to thank you." So he goes, "Oh my God, well, can you hold? Wait, can you call me back in 2 minutes?" Sure. And I felt like I caught him off guard, so I did another phone call in the meantime. Then I go call him back. Well, I found out as we were talking, he was having a good time while we were talking. And he needed those 2 minutes to prep for that good time.
Oh my God.
Yes.
What?
And hey, I'm all for having a good time. God bless you. Do whatever rocks your world. But that threw me and then
That's assault.
He let me experience his completion, let's say, and the breathing. And I go, okay, well, thank you for helping us out. And I hung the phone up and I called the producer and I said, never again.
That's illegal behavior.
I think it probably is.
How did you not press charges?
No, I mean, hell,
You're the nicest person
he
in the world.
donated to the film. What the hell? And I just hung up like, what is my life? What is my life? Yeah, stupid stuff.
So what was the conversation you were having with this guy while he was doing it?
I'm thanking him. I'm like so grateful in telling him about the film. I believe the deal was a 5-minute phone call.
Okay.
So I kind of kept the clock going, because you want to come through.
Yeah, sure.
And so I'm just chatting about the experience of filming it. Just giving the rundown of how in the cast we got this person and that person. We can't believe, just all the excitement. And I was excited that those phone calls were legit because I really, number one, was so grateful that strangers who don't know me would give me their money, and how lovely. And so I was always grateful, still grateful. And I was just talking about that. And then I realized as I'm talking, he'd be like, And it took me a minute because you don't know, do people have a problem?
Sure, of course.
Like, God
it could be
knows.
anything. Stub his toe.
Who knows? Things go on. But I'm going to tell you a secret. I know what those sounds are like. I'm not going to tell you how.
Where did you get this information, Jim?
I read about it somewhere, about what these sounds. I mean, myself, I would have no idea personally because I would never do something like that, at least not more than 3 times a day. But I would, no. So I knew what was going on. And then again, the big finish.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And then did he say anything to you or did you just hang up?
I'm like, well, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. And the movie comes out, blah, 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 and I hung up.
You are an angel.
Well, God bless.
You needed a whistle. You needed to blow a whistle into the phone like in the 70s.
Yes.
The heavy breathers.
You do it to the heavy breathers, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was wild.
What a journey.
Yeah.
I wonder if he saw the movie.
I have the feeling he did. Yes, I'm sure he did. I have no doubt. And I'm guessing he got a copy of it, and that is something that he enjoys here and there.
How much money did you have to donate to get the call from you? Do you remember?
I'm going to think it could be the $500 level.
Okay.
It was a bigger level. It wasn't like the $20 level you get. I don't know what you got for $20. Maybe like I signed hundreds and hundreds of headshots and that kind of thing was easy. I think it was a $500 thing, and there was a lot of people. And the timing was tough to make all those calls because whatever I was working on then, because if you call during the day, the people generally aren't home, and I wasn't looking to do. I wanted to chat with, I wanted to. Yeah,
you wanted to keep your word.
Keep my word.
Yeah, of course.
I think it would have looked shitty if I called during the day to their home.
Right, just leave a short voicemail.
Hi, Jim. And actually, sometimes I had to do that because we would try 3 3 was the max.
Right. That's
After
a lot.
the third try, over a couple of days, if I didn't get you, then it was just, hey, thank you on a message.
Right.
Because, what can I do?
I don't give my own family members 3 chances.
I know. I've talked to them. They do hate you, which is weird. I know we've never met before, and yet I know all of your family.
They dislike me that much. They're reaching out.
It's deep. It's deep, Bridger. And I'll be honest, I've only been here a few times. I mean, a few minutes. I see where they're coming from.
Of course.
I see where they're coming from.
I'm finally starting to realize.
You're on board, too.
I'm like, I can kind of see how they feel, why they would feel this way about a person.
That's beautiful.
Wow. What an experience.
Yeah,
I cannot wrap my head around what you've just told me.
I know. It's welcome to my world. Yeah. Jim O'Hare world, ladies and gentlemen.
I wonder if that guy's still alive.
No idea. And for all I know, I've seen him since, or because I do appearances, I meet people.
Oh,
I don't think he'd ever say it.
It feels nice to have a fan. Let's just say that. Let's just say that.
There is a community out there. They're called, gay men who are into bears or chasers or into big guys.
Oh, yeah.
And people are like, does that freak you out? Hell no. Anyone who thinks I'm attractive, I am on board. Are you kidding me? I did a show once. I won't see who the other actor was. And this is many, many years ago when the internet was just happening. And this guy and I worked together, another big guy, on a very famous show at the time. And he said, I want to talk to you about something. I go, yeah, what's up? He goes, my wife saw something on the internet, and I am very uncomfortable with it. I'm like, oh, dude, what's up? Because internet was so new.
Right.
You're doing the dial-up.
Of course.
You beep, trying to get on and all that stuff. He said, well, she found pictures of us on a gay website. I said, well, what are we doing? Like, I don't think I've done anything on a gay website. She goes, no, they've taken pictures from television and put them on this website, and it's, guys who think we're attractive.
Right.
And I said, oh, that's kind of nice. He goes, Jim, they're gay. I go, I know, but they think we're attractive. I kind of love that. Well, his wife, they were horrified. I mean, horrified.
Just screenshots from TV
Just screenshots from TV. But I will say this, the name of the site, and I will tell you, was not flattering. And it might, I have no idea if this site still exists, and I'm not knocking it because, again, I thought it was all flattering. It was called whalewatcher.com.
What?
Yes. So think about that. So that's not the most and it was like me and this guy and John Goodman and Farley.
All great-looking men.
All good big guys.
Right.
All the big guys were on this. And they just took screenshots with their, I don't know how they got them. from the television. There was no...
They probably have a Tumblr called Whale Watcher now.
I'm sure. I have no idea. But yes, I will say I wasn't thrilled with the name.
Right.
But I was not offended by the content.
Oh, yeah. If somebody feels like I'm good looking,
please.
that's all I want in the world.
Tell me. I love it.
I'll take as much as I can possibly get.
Exactly. I have no issues with that.
Well, look, speaking of inappropriate behavior,
my
disgusting
favorite.
behavior.
Yes. I call that Tuesday through Friday.
Well, it's Thursday, Jim, so you're
I'm right in the mix, yeah.
I was really excited to have you here on the podcast today.
Really?
Yes,
Oh.
Jim. I was thrilled to have you
God
here.
bless you.
I thought Jim will come. We'll have a nice conversation.
Never thinking it would be this.
Maybe things will dip into assault by phone. Who knows?
Who knows?
But
Yeah.
it'll be nice. At the end of the day, we'll walk away no feelings hurt. The podcast is called I Said No Gifts.
Yes.
So, you're an entertainment professional. I thought Jim certainly has read the emails. He knows the title of the podcast. He's going to come in without anything.
Well, it says no gifts.
So, yeah, you walk into the studio holding couldn't clearly be more than a gift. I mean, couldn't more clearly be a gift for me.
Here's the thing. Bridger, I'm a gentleman.
Oh.
I don't show up empty-handed anywhere. I've learned those lessons.
Right.
So that I couldn't, even though I said no gifts.
Okay.
I have to bring a gift. It's who I am.
Right.
So it wouldn't have mattered if this title was "Don't Shit in Your Pants." I'm someone who does. And so I will show up here. There's a chance something has happened while I've been sitting here. That you and your people who clean up later can figure that out.
It's a mess in here.
It's a mess in here. No, I did bring something, but I will tell you, it's in an, okay, and I'm even going to say the name wrong, Henry Bendel bag? Am I saying it right, or do you even know?
That's a great, this is, for me, is one of, pronouncing any sort of fancy thing is my absolute worst nightmare. Because, yeah, this could be Henry Bendel, it could be Henri Bendel.
That's what I was thinking. And here's how I have that bag. Because anyone who knows me, and you can tell from looking at me, shopping is not my forte.
This is a nice shirt you're wearing.
Oh, it's given to me by somebody.
Okay.
I have no idea. There's nobody worse than me. I hate shopping. I just did film in Barcelona, and they had me in this hotel, this beautiful hotel, right off this. There's an area in Barcelona. I'd never been there, so it was all new to me, called de Gracia. And it's the main drag. And it's basically their rodeo drive of Barcelona. And it was a beautiful street. But I would have plucked hairs out of my ass before I would have walked into one of those stores.
You hate it that much.
I just do. And people I'm with, of course, people love to shop, and I know they do.
What
I'm
is
not
it
that
about
guy.
shopping that you don't like doing?
Oh, just boring. It's just so damn boring. So a lot of the clothes I have, when I'm on set, they'll just give them to me and say, "Hey, Jim, do you want to keep these clothes?
Please take these home with you."
They fitted me. Yeah, that sounds great. I'll take those clothes. I'm trying to think, what's the last thing I bought? I don't generally buy because I'll get them from set, or I have a sister. I am a 62-year-old man who has shown up to different things I'm doing, plays, whatever, with clothes for me. She goes, "I saw you on this one thing, and I didn't think you were looking good." So she's buying me clothes.
She's buying.
I can buy my own clothes.
That's very sweet.
It's very sweet. What are those gym shoes everyone's got? The Hoka?
Oh, Hokas, of course.
I got a pair of those now. She visited me when I was doing the play in Kansas City, and she goes, "Oh, I hated those old gym shoes of yours." I go, "They feel comfortable." She goes, "I know." And she sent me a pair of Hokas.
Do you like the Hokas?
I love them. There's nothing not to love. They're so damn comfortable. But again, it's just so low priority. So this bag is either from Henry Bendel or Henri Bendel.
Henri Bendel.
We're not sure. But the reason I got this bag is my friend Retta, who played Don Amigo on Parks and Recreation, one of the greatest gals out there. We had lunch recently, and she got some food service that gave her avocados.
Okay.
And she doesn't like avocados.
Oh, what a shame.
So she did shop at Henri Bendel. But in that bag for me were 3 avocados.
Oh, I love the journey this bag has been on.
That is the journey this bag has been on. And now this bag has been gifted to you because I'm a gentleman.
That's so sweet. And I'm glad that these bags are being reused.
Yes.
I've got to find a use for this now.
Yeah.
Probably some sort of fruit I find in my yard or something.
Or dirt. Do you gift people? Do you ever gift people?
I do gift.
Well, then there you go.
Yes.
Let them have that fun moment where they think,
Thinking
oh my God, he got me some crazy expensive thing from Henry or Henri. This is the most amazing. And then open it up and it's just whatever crap you would give.
People would know immediately that I would. There's no chance I would have spent money.
Exactly. Yeah,
they would know that something in here was either free or I spent no more than $20 on it.
And, I have this kind of new, I don't know if it's a revelation, but my new saying is, just because you can afford something doesn't mean you should afford something. So, because my friends are always like, well, why don't you go get this or this? I'm like,
right.
I don't need that. Like,
why would you just?
Why would I just go and get that? And I don't even know what Henri Bendel sells. I have
it
no
must
idea.
Be, my guess is from the size of this bag. Socks, gloves.
I don't know. Someone out there listening is screaming,
hats.
"You idiots! It's jewelry or shoes or
perfume.
Perfume, maybe." Yeah, I have no idea.
Annalise, do you have any idea what Henri Bendel?
They're a classic department store. They have handbags and all sorts of goods.
Oh, out of New York.
Okay,
yes,
very nice. I mean, if it's a department store I've never heard of, it's got to be unbelievably expensive.
Yeah, I grew up with a place called Kmart.
I love the Kmart.
You remember the Kmart?
Of course.
Yeah, that was mine. So yeah, Henri Bendel was not on my shopping list. But enjoy the bag.
Okay, I love the bag, and now we're going to get into it.
Now, before you open it, I brought you things that, we are new friends.
Yes.
I brought you things so you can get to know me better.
Beautiful. That's all I want.
And this will... there's 3 different things in there.
That's really kind of an understanding of the assignment. I feel like
good?
Coming to the podcast with something that you want to talk about.
Why give something you want?
Right.
I mean, why am I doing that?
I wouldn't mind a boat.
Of course. Good luck.
Always looking for more cars.
I gotcha.
So future guests, reach out.
Sure.
Okay, let's pull this. Let's get the tissue. We've got to get some tissue noise,
yes,
especially on this fancy studio microphone.
And for the record, I packed it.
Oh,
no assistant.
Very
this
well
was
done.
me.
You've the tissue is very hard for me to pack. It always looks like
you
garbage.
saw how I did it. It was
gorgeous. Okay, now we're reaching it. Should I bring these out in any order?
Yeah, take. There's a bottle of something first.
Okay, bottle. Okay. Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
Oh my God! I mean, we're immediately on the same page.
If anyone knows me, I'm not a coffee guy. I'm not a water guy. I'm none of the above. I'm drinking, even as we speak, a can of Diet Coke that you had in the green room that was in that refrigerator, because that is Jim O'Hare's life force.
You and I both.
It is a Diet Coke.
Okay, Diet Coke. Well, first of all, I have a lot of questions. You say you don't drink coffee.
No.
You don't drink water.
Oh, I've had to, but I certainly don't enjoy it. No.
Upon waking up, what beverage are you drinking?
You are looking at it.
You're drinking Diet Coke.
I'm drinking Diet Coke. I
Fascinating.
know, and I'm sure of course it's not good for you. Though, I will say this. Adam Scott, from Parks, his dad, and I hope I'm remembering this correctly. If I'm screwing it up, Adam, I am so sorry, because I've used this to justify my problem with my obsession. And that is, I believe his dad was a chemist. And his dad said, well, the ingredients really aren't all that bad. And so I've gone with that theory. But sometimes you go for your physical and they'll be like, oh, Jim, how much alcohol do you drink? And I'm totally just a social drinker. I'll have a beer if I'm, if I play poker or whatever with my friends and, the occasional gin and tonic, but a very low key drinker. It's just not my thing. And I'll say, well, just socially. And then, well, how much coffee? None. Oh, and they're so impressed. And they'll say, well, what are you drinking? I say, Diet Coke. And then that look comes over. Jim, how many cans a day? And I said, please don't make me say it. Please don't make me say it. And this is awful.
Oh, I can't wait for this
I posted a picture, this was years ago, on Instagram, of a stack of 12 12-packs in my garage. Because God forbid I would ever run out. And I do have a lot of people in my life who also enjoy Diet Coke.
Of course, everyone loves
But
Diet
it had
Coke.
to be there. But here's something I learned, Bridger, that shook me to my core. And I hope I don't get emotional talking about it. There's an expiration date on Diet Coke.
Go on.
It does go bad.
It tastes weird.
It tastes weird. And so one day, and I still had 6 of them left. And a buddy was over for a director friend of mine. And he wanted a Diet Coke. I give him one. He goes, oh, this tastes weird. I'm like, oh, God, so sorry. Plenty more. I open up another one. He goes, this one's weird, too. Well, then I taste it. I go, what is happening? And he said, well, what's the date? I go, what date? He goes, the date on the can, idiot. there's a date on the can, and it was months past.
Oh, months. That's tough.
Dude, I had to throw the rest of them in the
Oh,
garbage.
what a shame.
It was through tears
Well, this-
I was throwing.
What this means is you're not drinking enough.
I know, but believe me, I got to remember, though, they're not all just at home. I go to a restaurant,
Of
I get my Diet
course,
Coke. I
of
go to dinner, I
course.
get my Diet Coke. Even if I get a beer at dinner, like if a restaurant with friends, it will be one, maybe two beers, and then straight to the Diet Coke.
Right.
So it's I'm not just getting it at home.
So how many ounces of Diet Coke a day do you think you're drinking?
Oh, God, I've never thought about
There's
ounces.
no shame here because I have a
How many ounces are in that bottle I gave you?
This is a 16.9.
Okay, so if in a fantasy world, because I would never really do this, if I drink 6 of those a day.
6 of those a day. I probably drank 6 of those at dinner tonight.
Okay, then good, I'm not as bad. It's 6 to 8 a day.
6 to...
Yeah.
That doesn't seem that...
I don't
mean,
think
it's a lot
it
of
is.
Diet Coke.
I know it is, and I'm sure the shit that's in there is maybe not great for me, but I love it. And it has nothing to do with losing weight. Like, I don't drink Diet Coke because, it's less, whatever it's less
Right.
of. I love the damn taste.
It's delicious.
I love it. And I said, I was just in Barcelona. In Europe, everything is Coke Zero.
Right. You're not into Coke
There's
Zero.
people who love Coke 0 It turns out I don't. That's my only version I could get there.
Right.
But to me, it's still very sugary.
Right.
Even though I'm
very
apparently
sweet.
very, I don't know. Diet Coke, as is my juice.
It's got a very not sharp but crisp. It's got a nice
and a
crispness.
nice cold one. Oh,
Yes.
and a shout out to McDonald's. Nobody does a Diet Coke better than McDonald's.
Do you want to get into this?
Oh, I'll get into it. I will get into it. Yes.
Jim, you're now going to learn what a psycho I am. I love McDonald's Diet Coke so much. But if you get it in their drive-through,
Yeah.
their machines now, they run all of the soda through one thing. One little, what is that, a sprig or whatever?
Something, yeah.
And so their Diet Coke doesn't taste like Diet Coke when you go through the drive-thru. If you go into the store, and again, I'm an absolute psychopath.
Wow.
The Diet Coke is a million times better.
And I got to tell you, I mostly do drive-through.
I'm telling you,
Because I'm the guy who goes through drive-through just for the Diet Coke.
you might be at a good McDonald's. There's still a few good ones left.
The one in Encino, baby. Shout out to Encino Diet Coke, Encino McDonald's. Yes, they hate me because for a while they were 99 cents.
I loved the 99
So I'd get this
cents.
big ass large
Of
thing,
course.
$1.04. Thank you, and I'd be on my way.
They're nearly $3 now.
I know they're
It's
back to their
ridiculous.
regular
That's
stuff. I
almost
know.
coffee prices.
So apparently, and I haven't done it, but if you go on the app, you get it cheaper.
I'm not getting on
I'm
McDonald's
not either,
app.
dude.
Not happening.
We mentioned we're lazy. I'm not getting on the app.
No way.
No, I'm not getting on the app.
No, I will happily go into the store.
Oh, that sounds less than lazy, though.
Yeah,
That
well, I
means
mean,
you park, you get out of your car, your legs walk, and then you speak. It seems like a lot.
it means I care.
Wow.
It means
You are better than me.
I am simply
You
better
are better than me. And I am not proud of this at all. Here I am in Barcelona, and every fancy restaurant is there, and it's just, they're known for paella and croquettes, and I'm not a seafood guy, but they're known for their seafood, all this amazing stuff. And twice in the 2 weeks that I was there, I went to one Burger King and one McDonald's. I couldn't help myself because it was like, I just want a little normalcy. I don't need fancy.
Right,
Just give me a Whopper with cheese and or a Big Mac with extra secret sauce.
Did either of those menus have like Spain-specific menu items?
Yes, and for some reason they kept giving me T-shirts. I don't know what that. I don't. And I've said to the man, I don't need that. But of course, he doesn't know what I'm saying. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what that was about. But somehow T-shirts were also
Like a
involved in my
Spanish
orders.
McDonald's T-shirt?
Yes, I don't know why. I truly don't know why. No, I was on my own because I was too embarrassed to go with anybody.
Right, of
'Cause
course.
They're
No,
like, we're going to meet for dinner at the blah, 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 la cala, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. And for lunch, I'm at McDonald's. Thinking, fill up. And then, at dinner, you can, because again, there's so much amazing food in Barcelona. The seafood, people have got squid on their plate. I could heave when I see a squid on a plate. Or they're bringing them the fish with the head on it. Don't put the head on the fish. Take it off.
I think essentially every country in the world outside of the United States keeps the head on the fish.
I know. But since I don't eat fish, I'm not a fan of it. It just makes me crazy. It makes me crazy.
I do have a hard time. If I eat meat and I eat fish, but I need it to look as it
Yes.
should not look like the animal to me.
Yes, me
I
too.
just can't deal
Because
with
I'm
it.
the biggest hypocrite walking. I eat meat, absolutely. I couldn't kill my own food. I
No,
couldn't.
no.
I'm the guy who grabs the spider and throws it outside, so I could never kill my own food. So if I'm eating something and it's like if I get like I love ribs,
Right.
But if I start chomping on a rib and I feel like I'm fighting that to get it off the bone, then it becomes an animal and I am done.
Of
I put it away. I
course.
need it to fall off. And again, it's so hypocritical because I'm like, oh, these poor animals. As I'm, yeah, it's sad.
You have to
but
dissociate a little bit.
I know. And then here's how my brain goes. Well, it's already done. Like it's already in this store. Like if I don't show up tonight, the animal isn't alive.
Then the animal was killed for no reason.
Right. Like I'm helping that poor animal. No, really. If the minute I go to my brain of this is an animal, I'm screwed.
Right.
I just can't do it.
Have you ever had rabbit?
I have not.
Oh, if that's a tough
I've had
one.
rabbits as pets, but I've never. Oh, is it?
I mean, I had a friend took me. He had read about this place in L.A. and he's like a giant foodie.
Sure. Yeah.
He takes us to this place, and I think exclusively served rabbit. And I thought I'm going to be adventurous. I'll try this, and
Why not?
I'll eat almost anything.
Sure. I've heard that.
Mortifying.
Yeah.
Mortifying experience. Absolutely. Never again.
Did it just fuck with your head?
Yeah, it was a
would me
bridge too far.
It would me too.
like-
I don't eat lamb because
I
know,
love gyros,
I know.
unfortunately.
Well, oh damn it, you're right. I do eat lamb. I love gyros. Oh my God, you're right.
I'm so sorry.
I'm thinking of like when you order lamb at a restaurant. I
Right.
never do that, but you're right. I do eat lamb. Oh, I hate me. I really do hate me. But a good gyro.
But you're keeping the lamb in a very specific box.
He's on a big spit.
Yeah.
Like he's already.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's
It's
lamb.
nuts. That's lamb. I
That's
forgot
lamb.
that's lamb. Oh, and now I'm thinking I could go for a gyro maybe after we wrap this up.
Do you get gyros in LA? I can never find a good one.
Firehouse. I'm going to say it's Reseda. I think it's Reseda, but it's at the corner of Victory and Reseda.
Okay.
I think Reseda.
Right.
And it is an amazing gyro.
This is great to
Yes.
know.
That's my go-to.
Okay. I grew up eating a lot of gyros, and then I moved to LA. And
Where'd you grow up?
In Salt Lake City, and there's a
Why is
huge
that-
Greek population.
Oh, that makes sense.
I think they had there was like Greek immigrants for some sort of mining, I think, and then the population just grew and grew, and so there's like a Greek restaurant on every corner there.
Oh, I'm a
It's very
fan.
good Greek food.
Oh.
But then you come
A
here.
baklava.
Oh, I love a baklava.
And you know how to really say it? Baklava.
Wow.
I recently learned that from a friend whose sister was in town, and we went to some Middle Eastern restaurant,
Right.
and we got all the stuff, the hummus and the hummus
Of
and everything.
course.
And I said, "Oh, we got to get the baklava for dessert." She goes, "The what?"
Oh.
Baklava. Yeah, it was. She goes, "No, it's baklava."
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay. I've learned.
Well, I mean, was this woman from a country that pronounced?
No,
Okay.
she lives in Jersey.
That's very
she
rude.
lives
That's
in
rude
Jersey.
behavior.
Exactly. Yes, and the baklava was delicious. I will say that.
You don't correct that.
I know. Yes, we all say baklava.
Everybody says bak. I mean,
Exactly.
baklava. Wow.
Baklava.
I'm going to keep that in my back pocket.
Me too. Oh, it's my
embarrass a
thing now.
friend.
Yeah, it's my thing now. I'll have the baklava. And then I try to look at everybody to see the response. Generally pathetic.
I am going to follow this woman to every restaurant and make sure she's pronouncing everything. She's ordering burritos. She's
Yes,
ordering,
exactly.
That's such
Exactly.
irritating behavior.
Yeah, no. But she's wonderful. But yeah, I was corrected. Baklava.
Okay, you don't like Coke Zero. Are there any
I
other
don't.
diet drinks you like?
And I hate to be the hater because I'll drink a Diet Pepsi if I have to. But when a store will say, "Well, we're a Pepsi place," okay, well, you just lost a
a
notch
tough
in
pill
my
to
book.
swallow.
It's a tough pill, and I'll do it, and it's okay.
Right.
I don't hate it. And in Barcelona, it was all. I didn't see any Pepsi products. I'm sure they were there.
Right.
I didn't see them. It was all Coke, Coke Zero, Coke this, Coke this, Coke this. But other than that, I really don't know. Like, I have family members who love like Mountain Dew.
Right.
I don't really do the dew. I like an iced tea. I like the iced tea. I can
love
enjoy
an
iced tea.
unsweetened.
Oh no, baby!
You like it
Sweeten
sweetened.
that baby up.
Oh,
Sweeten that. I want the
disgusting.
big mixed berry flavor. Yes. Oh, God. Unsweetened. If you're going to give me unsweetened, you better give me 2 packs of Sweet and Low.
You're just telling me you don't like Coke Zero because it's too sweet.
I know, but it's a different type of sweet. Oh, my God. You should see. I said I don't drink coffee, and I don't, other than with a dessert if I'm at a restaurant.
Oh.
I do like a cappuccino.
Right.
But here's why I like the cappuccino. They serve it to me, and then they serve it with that brown sugar.
Oh, like the kind of
Thick brown sugar that I just slap in there. It's no more, it shouldn't be called coffee what I drink. Can I please have the brown sugar drink? That is what I have with my dessert. That I will have.
Your drinking schedule is all over the place.
It's a mess.
It's a complete disaster.
Yes. And then when people are like, oh, can I get you a glass of water? What? How dare you? How
When was the last
dare
time you had water?
Just water? Oh, dude. Oh, I was. You know what? I'm doing a new animated show, and I was in the booth.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I will say I had water then.
Okay.
I had no choice. That's all that they were offering me. And that's okay for them because it really is just to
Right.
kind of keep the pipes flowing. But the last time I asked for water, no, it hasn't happened. And what they have now are these squirty bottles that you squirt into water and it becomes flavorful water.
Oh, right.
So I buy those. So if I have to drink water, I squirt this stuff in it. Next thing you know, it's lemonade, it's fruit punch, it's sweet tea. So, of course, whenever I see sweet tea, if anyone out there has ever heard, Chris Hansen, the one who does the pedophiles.
Oh, yes, of course.
The minute he walks in a room, you're fucked.
Oh.
Like, you're like, oh, damn.
Of course.
But when these people walk into these homes, and whether it's they got a decoy playing a boy or a girl, whatever it is, they're like, oh, I'll be right out. I'm making sweet tea. So I always feel guilty when I'm making this, when I put the sweet tea mixture, I'm like, oh, God, this feels very pedophile-ish because I saw this on this show.
Of course.
And it's because I never heard the term sweet tea, but apparently in the South, it's
South loves
very
it.
much sweet tea.
That's all they drink.
That's all they drink. But I'm from the Chicagoland area. We have pop.
You had pop.
We have pop.
We had pop. It was an interesting cultural shift in Utah. We called it pop until probably the early thousands to mid thousands, and then we switched to soda.
Oh, you did? That's a big switch.
I think it must have been the internet or something that the word just started circulating.
Oh, when I'm with my family, it's still pop.
Yeah, I haven't
would
heard
you grab me a pop? I mean, there's not even a thought. And my family
Right.
knows, when I say pop, they know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a Diet Coke. Yeah, wow, I couldn't switch.
I made the switch effortlessly.
Wow,
I
no.
really slipped right into soda. But then in the South, they call all soda Coke, which is baffling.
That's true. Everything is Coke. Give me a Coke.
That's unacceptable.
And they know what each other means, too.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
No.
There's no excuse for that
I
behavior.
totally agree.
They've got to pick soda or pop or something else. Fizzy drink.
Fizzy, yeah.
Coke is a brand name.
Yeah.
Baffling.
And I actually don't like fizzy water. You know how people like sparkling
Oh,
water?
I love sparkling
No.
water.
Oh, you got one right in front of you. You have a
Yes.
LaCroix.
I mean, to be honest, I had a Diet Coke in the other room, but then I thought, well, I had probably 40 ounces of Diet Coke at dinner. I should have
So you should have something yeah.
else.
No, I don't like the fizzy water. I don't know why.
Well,
And I think people think I'm cheap at a restaurant. Sir, did you want the bottled or the regular? Regular, please. I'm not being cheap. I just don't like the fizzy.
Well, people know I'm cheap.
Yeah. Again, I read the blogs. I know all about you, Bridger. All about you.
Okay, well, should we get back into the bag here?
Sure.
Okay.
Reach in there. You're going to find something else.
Okay, now there's like a soft thing and a book type thing.
Grab the soft thing.
Soft thing, okay. Oh. Is this a Golden Girls mask?
It's a Golden Girls COVID mask.
Have you used this?
I have never. That is an unused COVID
Okay,
mask.
so this can be-
So you can, if you felt like you want it, you can put it on your face. It has not been on
through
my
there.
face. Again, if you know me, you know my obsession with the Golden Girls.
Unbelievable show.
It is my comfort show.
Oh.
It is. I think it's still relevant.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
it's dated here and there, of
But
course. Barely dated. The topics, the acting, the writing.
Oh.
It's just, to me, brilliant. And that is like, whenever I'm like kind of worked up and I just need a little something in the background, it's going to be Golden Girls.
It's one of my all-time favorite shows. B. Arthur can say anything and I will laugh. I mean,
yes. And the way they, I've read the behind the scenes. I've heard the interviews. There was issues. Estelle Getty had terrible stage fright.
Oh.
I went to a taping 100 years ago.
No way.
Yes, with a buddy. We went a little bit of time I worked for the airlines. I worked
Okay.
for Eastern Airlines, which of course doesn't
R.I.P.
exist. I was a flight attendant, and then there's dramatic silence when I say flight attendant. Interesting. Okay, I wasn't a flight attendant, Bridger. No, I was reservations.
Reservations.
So I could fly
okay.
for free.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I still dream about like getting a part-time job at an airline. So
That's why it was a part-time job.
Right.
I had a full-time job, and I did it part-time for the flight benefits.
It's the best benefit of any
Oh,
job
my
ever.
God. I would fly first class for $10.
Oh.
$10. And because I was in reservations, I could see what the flights looked like.
Oh,
I could
of
go, man, that
course.
flight tomorrow looks totally empty. Because, you always fly standby.
Right.
But if you planned it right, I had very few problems. Though. Every once in a while, the flight before yours would get canceled.
Right.
And then everybody's coming from that flight over the years, and then you could get screwed. But in general, it was a gift. It was pretty cool.
Huge.
And so a buddy, I'm like, let's go to, I got buddy passes. Let's go to California. And we did, and we went and saw a taping of the Golden Girls. And Estelle Getty was, having trouble memorizing lines, which I've heard all about since. She was just a very nervous in front of an audience. But I think that show is so incredibly well written. Now, as I've seen every episode 1,000 times, one story doesn't match with another. Children don't match. Fathers don't match. Characters come and go that we never hear about again, that they're going to be with forever. So, I mean, in those days, there was no binging.
That was the era.
They could get away with it because it aired
forgot.
once and then it reran once and then life went on.
Right.
Never thinking somebody was going to sit with it and watch 6, 7 seasons one after the
All
other.
in a row.
But I love that damn show, and I am not embarrassed to say it. I know people are
there's
like, that's like an old man show, an old woman show. I'm sorry. Call it what you want. I think it's brilliant.
One of the simply the all-time best shows. Objectively, one of the funniest shows ever made.
I am on board.
And one of the few shows from that period that has aged well enough that you can watch just about any episode and still laugh at it.
Absolutely. There's, again, the occasional political reference that
Right.
is from 40 years ago.
Right.
Of course, that doesn't make sense. But 90% of it, it's still relevant. They were talking about AIDS.
Yes.
They were talking about having affairs. Like, these were topics that were not discussed.
on any show.
Any show. Blanche's brother got married. Well, and he couldn't get married, but he got a service.
Right.
Like, this was not talked about.
It's
And
pretty amazing.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Do you remember what episode you saw live?
Oh, my God, totally. The episode where Dorothy is, she gets a huge crush on a teacher at school. Turns out he's a priest. And so he shows up, and she doesn't know, and she's dressed, Blanche makes her wear some, she calls it a solid gold outfit, a solid gold dancer's mother's outfit or something like that. So yes, and every time, and it's on all the time. Every time I see him, like, I was in that audience.
That is amazing.
I
That
was
is
there.
so cool.
And it was the first time I'd ever been to a taping of a show.
Uh-huh.
And they are drudgery because they go on and on and on. And when the actors, are messing up, at first it's funny. And then you're like, oh, please get through this because I've seen this scene 10 times. But it really was such a great experience.
Oh, I'm sure.
So I treasure that memory. It was amazing. And I think casting is so tough, and it was nailed. And I've heard the stories. They initially wanted Rue McClanahan, who played Blanche, to play Rose.
Yes.
Which I just don't see
It makes no
but
sense.
maybe she would have done it and we would have
Something
been blown
different.
away.
Right,
Who knows?
Right.
But the way it turned out was absolute perfection. Because apparently when, because Rue had worked with B on Maude, she brought this to her and said, listen, there's this great pilot, blah, blah, blah. And B was like, no, I don't. I've already seen you play the ditzy, and I've seen Betty White on Mary Tyler Moore play the
Kind of,
flirty,
right.
slutty kind of whatever. And she said, that isn't what's happening. It's just the opposite. And that got B's attention.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then she read it and she's like, yeah, okay, this is something.
It took me, I didn't learn for a long time about Golden Palace.
Yeah.
Which is such a bizarre thing that
Bizarre.
happened.
Well, B left the show. Listen to me, as if I wrote the damn thing. B, my dear friend B.
This is the Golden Girls
Yes,
recap podcast.
yes. Anyway, Bridger, B and I had lunch, and I said to her, B, you shouldn't leave this show. No, but she decided to leave the show. The others weren't ready to leave.
Right.
But you've lost now 25% in a really big
Arguably,
presence.
maybe more.
It depending on how you look at it. Yeah.
Right.
And so I get it. They tried to keep it going. They turned it where they all of a sudden owned a hotel. I don't know where that money came to buy a hotel. No one ever seemed to have money. Anyway, it did not work. It went one season. But you know what's really funny when you think about it? It got canceled. I think they had like, I'm making up this number, but roughly 13 or 14 million people were watching. Oh. Nowadays, if you had 13 or 14 million, you got what's called a hit.
You would get 20 seasons of the show.
Exactly. But in those days, because there was 3 chances, ABC, NBC, and CBS, Fox came later.
Right.
You were getting 20, 30 million people watching your shows.
Never again.
Never. Oh, no. Those days are long gone.
Yeah, that is
long gone.
Wild.
Yeah.
13 million as a failure.
Yeah.
No, it's such a wonderful show, and it's so comforting. When I can't think of something else to watch on TV, I'm like, well, obviously I'll just watch Golden Girls.
It's a no-brainer. And I yell all the lines. I know all the lines. It's sad. No, it's sad. It's sad, and I don't care.
Have you ever been to Golden Girls Live?
I have once.
Oh, it's so good.
Where was it? And I even know the episode. It was when the little girl steals Rose's teddy bear. I can't think of the teddy bear's name. And she's this little bitch. And anyway, she gets it back there. I know exactly the episode that I saw.
It's at, or it was at Casita del Campo, I believe.
That's where I saw it, in the basement. Yes. Was it Drew? Do you know Drew Droege?
Of course.
My God, everybody knows Drew Droege. My God.
He's so funny.
I think he was in it. It was...
Maybe Sam Pancake.
Sam, maybe it was Sam. I worked with both. They're both just so funny good. And are just up to do anything. Yeah, God really. Bless them. Like they have guts. I mean, which is not good, but I'll be like, oh, I'm going to look like a fool if I do this or if I do that. How silly. They're just like, let's have fun.
They have such a good time.
They have such a good time. Yeah.
Oh. Well, is there anything else we should say about Golden Girls?
Other than if you're new and you never heard of it, you're a freak. And if you would like to start watching it, it's on Hallmark every night.
Oh.
And it's on
Hulu.
CMT, and you can stream it on Hulu.
Yeah.
And just for the record, I don't get a nickel for saying any of this. I just happen to love that damn show.
I wonder who's making money off of Golden Girls at this
Someone's
point.
got to, right?
They're like grandchildren or something?
Someone's got to. I mean, stuff isn't free.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would think creators are still making money off of it.
Yeah, the creators, the writers are probably still making money.
Yeah.
That's another.
And I paid money for that.
Is this official?
I don't. What does it mean by official?
I mean,
I saw it online during the pandemic and I bought it.
There's no way that if this is like official merchandise. Maybe.
I have no idea.
I feel like this has got to be a bootleg.
I spent like $1,000 on it. That's all. Because to me, that's nothing. I wipe my ass with it. That's actually when I said earlier I was shoving toilet paper up my ass. It was $1,000 bills, which I don't even know if that's a real thing. But if they are, that's what I had shoved up my ass during that place so I wouldn't poop myself. No, I don't know where that's from, other than I bought it online.
Well, it's absolutely wonderful. We've got to. Well, I guess it's still important to mask up and.
Well. It's been sitting on my desk. I have there's Parks and Rec masks. There's all sorts of masks.
Right.
And I thought, if you're going to get to know me,
this is an excellent mask.
That's part of me.
And this will really, in the next pandemic.
Which is right around. I just saw it on the news. It's right around the corner.
Wait, did you see something about this?
Oh, God, every day. Oh, there's something coming out in Indonesia today. And crap. Ugh, I can't go through it again. I'm the idiot. Dude, I'm the idiot who, when this all started, I said it to anyone who would listen. Wow, we're going to be in for a couple of rough weeks. I thought.
This was me.
Yeah, I thought, a couple of rough weeks. Blah, blah, blah. And damn, boom, 2 years.
We had recorded 16 episodes of this podcast in a studio before releasing it. And the first release was on March 12th, 2020. And I thought, okay, so we just have to go through 16 episodes and we'll be back into the studio.
Back. Yep.
Oh, boy, that was a rough experience.
Yeah. I actually got a little advance notice because I was at Firehouse. When I love a Firehouse Subway sandwich, and I come out and there's some officers there, some police officers, and they recognized me and took a couple of pictures or whatever. And I said, "Oh, what's going on?" And they said, just some weird stuff going on out there. I said, "Oh, what's that?" And he goes, "Nah." And right across the street was Costco, and he said to me, this cop, you should maybe load up on some stuff.
Oh, this is so eerie.
It was so eerie. I go, What do you mean? He goes, yeah, you might want to just load up on some stuff. He goes, there's going to be an announcement at 6:00. Oh. I go, an announcement of what? He goes, I'm not sure, but So I go to Costco. While I'm in there, I'm calling friends and family. I don't know what's happening, but this police officer who was very friendly said to me, gave me a hint that something bad is happening. And what can I get? So I'm buying. I spent $300 on crap I think is still in the freezer because I was just hitting the panic button.
Right.
Because I didn't know what this meant. And I came out of Costco with this. My cart is super filled because I'm getting meat for people. I'm getting toilet paper because I don't know. And there's a fireman out there. And I said, I'm sorry, but have you heard that something's happening today at 6 o'clock? And he goes, yeah, just like that. I go, really? So I go home. 6 o'clock comes, nothing. 7 o'clock, nothing. I'm like, son of a bitch. I just dropped $300. But around 8 o'clock, the governor got on, and it all shit hit the fan. I was damn, they were right. They were right. So, but I'm like, okay, couple of bad weeks. We'll all be back to normal. Wow, was I wrong? Wow.
And I kept pushing. Anytime someone would be like, this is going to be a year, I'm like, give me a break.
Yeah, I know. Come on, a year.
There's no way anybody
silly.
can go through a year of this.
No. Yes. Who could go through it? Well, we all did.
We were all just robbed of so much time.
Yes. And I really, when you think about it, the kids in school who had to stay home and the seniors who lost out on so many big, high school events.
Enormous life events.
Yeah. So a lot of heartache. And sadly, a lot of people didn't make it. And that's,
not a good time.
Not a good time.
But here we are.
Yes.
And I think I've got to get this next thing out.
Okay,
here.
the next thing is something new to me.
Okay.
And you're getting something that only 20 people in the world have.
Oh my God, this is an uncorrected proof, so it's really not even...
It's called a galley.
Yeah, of course.
Of my new book.
Wow. So it's called Welcome to Pawnee, which is a Parks and Rec book.
It's called Welcome to Pawnee Stories of Friendship, Waffles, and Parks and Recreation. And actually, as it turns out, there will be a few changes to the cover, just because, again, this is what they put out for people to get an advanced look at.
Right, critics,
and there's
a
sign, and I mean, I wrote something to you in the book in the first
open it
couple of pages. Keep going. It'll be in there. Keep going. Maybe one more. Maybe right there. Yeah.
Bridger, I know you said no gifts, but I couldn't help myself. Can't wait to see what you got me.
Yes, and that is why I showed up.
P.S.
To see
why won't you just die? Oh, that's interesting.
Well, that's just something I put on everybody's. But that's great.
I love this cover.
Dude, the cover is my favorite thing.
What is this style? It's like that old Hollywood
caricature.
Like
if you went to this, how they do the, you go to a restaurant and there's a caricature of a famous person. Mm-hmm. All the major players on Parks and Recreation are on this cover, and they're caricatures. And there's also, as you young people say, there's this thing called Easter eggs.
Oh, I love an Easter egg.
Yes. And so there's little Easter eggs for the big fans of the show. There's like a DJ Roomba.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, right there.
DJ Roomba. Hillary Clinton is in there because, Leslie loved Hillary Clinton. But yeah, Tammy's in there and all the cast. Shauna Malwae-Tweep.
This is great.
Yeah, Jean-Ralphio.
Oh, there's Joe Biden right there.
And there's Joe Biden because Leslie was obsessed with Joe Biden. Yeah, I'm really, and then I didn't draw it. But I'm so proud of that cover.
It's really a beautiful illustration. It's so cool.
Yeah. So that's been my obsession over it's taken me about a year and a half.
Okay.
And I'm proud to say, because you get a deadline.
Right.
This book thing happens, a deal is cut, and then they give you dates. And I remember talking to Nick about it, Nick Offerman, who played Ron Swanson. He's done, I think, 3 books at this point. And he said, that's the motherfucker, that deadline. And I turned it in 2 weeks late, which I was all worked up about.
Right,
because I'm pretty much a timely person.
Sure.
I find out in the book world, that's 2 months early.
Right.
So as it turns out, I did just fine. Because then I don't hear another word from them for 2 to 3 months because they never expected it that soon.
Of course.
And then you do rewrites and this and back and forth. It's a whole thing. But I'm really proud of it. I never in a million years thought I'd have a book.
Oh, it's amazing. What an achievement.
Well, we'll see. There's a lot of pages. There's a lot of pictures people have never seen before.
Pictures you took or what?
Yes, they came off of my phone.
Oh my God.
That's a
Wait.
picture. Oh no, that's me.
This is you. That's
oh,
adorable.
God, like 7th or 8th grade.
Was this professionally taken?
Yeah, like
you have
the
a book in
school
front of
picture.
you.
The school picture.
You have like a prop.
That's how they did it, baby. And this is all black and white. And the real book is going to be in color with everything.
Okay.
You got, as they call it, a galley.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Wow.
And actually, in this galley, some of the captions under the pictures don't even match the picture. So it's the book before the.
It's very confusing.
It's very confusing.
It's very.
Yes.
Well, my
but
review
there's
is
only
going to be
20
a
of them
pan.
out there that I have, and you have one of them.
You met Mary Tyler Moore.
Yes, I did.
Where?
Oh my God, Saturday Night Live. I am obsessed with old television, like, again, Golden Girls, but
right.
Mary Tyler Moore, Dick Van Dyke, All in the Family, Carol Burnett Show. Like, these are shows, Bob Newhart, MASH. These are shows that just rock every part of my world. And I was truly obsessed with Mary Tyler Moore and Dick Van Dyke. And so when I started becoming an actor in Chicago, I was doing a play there with my comedy group, and we had created this play. And we got one of the SNL writers, Christine Zander, to be our director, which was amazing. And so you get to know her over the summer, and then she knows my obsessions, blah, blah, blah. And she calls me and she goes, just so you know, Mary Tyler Moore is hosting.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? Now, I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. So I talked to some friends, a couple other people in the show, and I said, Mary Tyler Moore. And to be honest, they were like, eh.
Oh, what a shame.
But the musical guest that week was Elvis Costello.
Oh, what a great combination.
So they were like super hyped for Elvis, and nothing against Elvis Costello. I am a fan also, but that wasn't my reason for going and begging and borrowing and stealing. And we all went to New York, and there she was, and she was everything I wanted her to be. And there's a very, very
so
embarrassing story in the book about what happened. Got to buy it to hear it, but I made a fool of myself. To the point where she thought, at least this was my impression, that perhaps the term we would use today would be I was special needs.
Oh, wow.
Because that's how crazy things got.
Wow.
Yeah,
interesting.
But she was so lovely and
that's
gracious.
great to hear.
And so then as life went on, I got to meet her. I worked with Dick Van Dyke. I worked with Carol Burnett. These are people that I dreamt.
Of course.
Literally, I would have dreams of being at table reads on different things with people like this. And so to now sit here and say I've had moments with them still blows my mind.
Isn't that a surreal feeling?
It's surreal.
Wow, that is really wild. And you got to see Elvis Costello. What year was this?
Okay, so let's see. We did that. I'm going to say 88, 89.
Okay.
So we're talking a long time ago. And the cool part was, because again, our friend was a writer for the show. So we saw Elvis do his sound check. He did all the songs. We were 10 feet. 10 feet from him doing that. And then during the show, they let us stand on the floor. It was, and there's Lorne Miles. Lorne Michaels walking around. I'm like, what the hell? And it was in the days of Jan Hooks and Nora Dunn.
Jan Hooks is one of my all-time favorites. And so underrated.
Yeah, I love Jan Hooks. I just every once in a while I'll do a 30 watch.
There you go. Now you've thought of their recap podcast.
Their recap too. Yeah. What is it called?
30 Rock.
30 Rock. And Jan Hooks played Jenna's mother on the show, and I just recently saw one of those episodes. She was brilliant, but also like John Lovitz, and it was that crowd, and that was a dream come true. I'm in New York. I'm in the studio. I'm standing where these hosts stand. It was wild. And then many, many years later, when Chris Pratt was hosting, me and Retta and Nick, and Nick's I think Megan was there too, Mullally. Oh, gosh. Anyway, Amy was there. I think Amy. Anyway, a group of us surprised him, and we went to New York. And when he came out to host, we were up. He looked up, and there we were.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
That's
really
great.
cool.
That's really sweet.
Really cool. So I've had a couple of cool moments there.
Oh, beautiful. Well, when's this going to be published?
November 19th it comes out, and there's book tour. There's
good luck.
I just recently, anyone who follows me on Instagram, The Real Jim O'Hare, and on my Facebook, I think it's just Jim O'Hare, but I had to sign over 3,000 pages for signed copies of the book.
How long did that take?
Dude. Oh, my God. And they gave me a deadline. So, of course, Jim O'Hare with deadlines, he needs to meet them.
3,000.
It's hours and hours and also I put a fun little thing in every one. So I'm not just signing my name. I'm signing something.
Look, I feel no sympathy for you here.
I'm an idiot. So I, on top of it, not only did I sign my name, then I signed this funny thing that fans of the show they'll get it and laugh and they'll get a big kick out of it. I don't know how many hours. It just went on forever and forever and forever. They just kept the stacks, just wouldn't disappear. And I will tell you, the signatures look a lot different from the first 500.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, I mean, there's a lot of blood on the page.
Exactly. There's a lot of blood on the page. Yeah.
Were you listening to music? What were you doing during this experience?
Golden Girls could have been on.
Great.
I do like a good Dateline. Who did it?
Of course.
Like, are we going to find out who the murderer is? I do like that.
So addictive.
Yeah. Or, I can put Seinfeld on. I can put The Office on. I can put a show called Parks and Recreation, which I masturbate to. But, wait, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
No, that was the man on the phone,
We
Jim.
haven't started this yet, right? We're Annalise, you're still putting this together? Okay, so we haven't started. Okay, good. Please, I don't want that to get out there. No, actually, I do a recollection podcast of Parks and Recreation, and so of course I'm rewatching them all again. I haven't seen them in years, and it's so fun. But I am still that actor. I don't like to watch myself.
Oh, awful feeling.
And I think a lot of actors are like that. Even on set, there's some actors, and no knock to them. Everyone does their own thing, but they want to see after a take. Oh, let me see.
Right.
Not me.
Right.
I
That'll
trust
just make
that the
it
powers
worse.
that be will piece it together and give me my best takes and go on from there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just not that guy. But yeah, over 3,000 signatures. There's a place called Books A Million that you can get these signed ones, and then Barnes and Noble.
Wow.
So it's I'm learning so much. This is a world I know nothing about. And then I have to do a tour of New York, L.A., Chicago, Boston, Miami.
That'll be fun.
I think that will be, because, again, I'm so shy. As you can tell, I don't like to talk. No, and that is up my alley.
Yes.
That type of thing will be up my alley. And I think
Right.
we'll do the late shows and, the promo tour.
It'll be very fun.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, I think it's time to play a game.
Uh-oh.
We're going to play a game called Gift or a Curse, but I need a number between 1 and 10 from you.
8.
Okay, I have to do some light calculating to get our game pieces. So right now, you can continue to promote, you can recommend, you can do whatever you want with the mic.
Wow.
I'll be right back.
Okay, people might, why did he immediately go to 8? I like to always go 1 inch less than my penis size. So that is why I stuck with 8. What else can I promote? I can promote the book, Welcome to Pawnee. I can promote, I don't know if I can, I'm doing a new project with Aubrey Plaza. It's an animation project. I don't know if I'm allowed to say much about that at this point, but I am doing it. I'm shooting a pilot soon. I have the podcast Parks and Recollection with Greg Levine and I over at Team Coco, which you can find anywhere you get your podcasts.
Beautiful.
Did I give you enough time?
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Perfect. This is how we play Gift or a Curse.
Okay.
I'm going to name 3 things.
Okay.
You're going to tell me if they're a gift or a curse and why.
To me, like if it were...
I'm not giving you any more information,
no,
Jim.
that's fair. That's fair.
I will tell you there are correct answers, so be very careful.
Yikes.
But you're going to tell me if they're a gift or a curse and why. Does that make perfect sense?
It does. We'll see.
Okay, this first one is from a listener named Carla. Gift or a curse, ice in restaurant water glasses.
Oh, my God. Gift.
Why?
Ice in anything. Gift. I just came back from Europe. They're not fans of ice. Give me ice. Give me air conditioning. Give me anything cold. Give me ice. Yes, I want a drink cold. And if I'm going to be forced to shove down awful water, I want that water to be cold. So gift.
Correct.
Hey!
Of course. I love ice in a water glass. It is a
course.
fascinating phenomenon that the United States seems to be the only place that puts ice in
It does
water
seem
glasses.
to be. Yes, it does seem to be.
We love a nice cold drink.
Yes, I
But
want cold.
I have grown to like a room temperature water, but I always prefer an ice water.
And as much as I do want my ice, I also, when I get my Diet Coke at McDonald's, I will say light ice, please.
Oh, interesting.
Because I do get a little pissy, Bridger, when I get 3/4 of a cup of ice and I'm done with that drink.
That could have been soda.
Exactly. So I do light ice, please. And they're thinking, you cheap fucker. But I'm sorry. I want to enjoy that Diet Coke and I want as much of it as I can get.
I do that with cold brew. I always say light ice. Please.
Makes sense.
Please.
Makes sense.
I don't want more ice than I need.
So I'm already at 30% correct. No matter what else happens.
Yeah.
33 and a third. Yeah.
I mean, you can walk away having failed.
Yes. Well, welcome to my world.
Okay, number 2. This is from a listener named Amanda. Gift or a curse? Old men at the gym working out in jeans.
Okay, here's the thing. I can say this because I'm one of them. I am an old man. I'm 62 years old now, which shocks me every day. Like I still feel like I'm 20 and just stupid, but I'm not. And here's what happens with old men at the gym. Now, I don't do jeans, but I'll do my shorts, whatever. And here's what else I don't do that old men seem to want to do at the gym. I don't walk around naked in the gym because your balls are sagging to your knees and nobody needs to see it. Now, I keep saying, just came back from Europe where I'm on a beach and people don't care. And there's balls hanging and there's boobs flapping, and God bless, they're probably mentally better off than I could ever be because that's human. It's called being human. Balls sag on men, boobs sag on women as we get older. This is
everything sags.
Everything sags. Asses sag, it all sags. So I find it to just be like it makes me chuckle a little, and I feel better than because I don't wear jeans, and I am one of them. So I'm proud of myself. So I'm going to say no. So curse, right? Is that my
Gift
option?
or a curse?
Curse.
Oh, Jim, it's a gift.
Okay. If it's a gift, here's the only explanation I think you're going to come up with. Because it's not a gift. Take that you're wrong with your
I'm not coming
answer.
up with anything. I'm going to share a truth.
Could it be, because I know what I look like. I'm in shorts right now as we speak. Don't think I didn't catch Annalise eyeing me. I know, I get it. Hey, I don't blame you. You're human. She sees this package going on here.
We're all looking at these shorts.
We're all looking. We see how it's cupping the buttocks. We get it. But maybe because, skin gets funkier as we get older and stuff like. Otherwise, explain to me how pants are a good thing.
Jeans at the gym look incredible. Everybody should be in jeans at the gym. It's get
a pair of jeans. Let me put a pair of jeans on for you right now, and you tell me that looks incredible. No, I would like a judge in here because I'm feeling this is wrong.
You're looking at it, baby.
Damn it.
Jeans at the gym, everybody loves it. It gives us something to talk about.
Well, it does. Well, yes, I'll give you that. It gives you something to talk about.
And it's something, you go into the gym, everybody's looking incredible. And then, it balances the scales.
Okay.
Somebody's working out in their jeans. It's like, what is going on?
Yes, when you're miserable on the treadmill, you can look and think in your head, oh my God, what is happening over there?
That person's in jeans.
Yes, it makes a minute go by that it's drudgery. It makes it a little less painful. Oof.
Yeah, there should be more denim at the gym.
I disagree, but we will agree to disagree.
Well, you don't get the point, Jim.
Damn it.
You're not going to get it.
And how much per point? I forgot. What is the prize?
$1 billion.
Damn it.
So you've gotten 1 billion points so far.
I've got $1 billion. Okay.
Okay.
And I can turn those in for...
those we're working on a program.
Oh, I can't wait to see how that turns out.
We're trying to get the app together.
I hear it's a Golden Girls mask.
Okay, number 3. This is your chance for a little bit of redemption. This is from a listener named, and I'm so sorry, Rannveig, Ronveig. It feels very Scandinavian to me.
It does, yeah.
Ronveig. My apologies, Ronnie. Gift or a curse? Clouds drifting in front of the sun in the sky.
I live in L.A., so I scream that that's a gift. Because you get moments of release from the intense sun, the intense heat.
Right.
So for me, Jim O'Hare, now, so maybe because you were being very weird about these answers. So maybe I need to base this not just on my thoughts, but on how the world would think. And I'm going to think for the world now, Bridger, and I'm going to say, damn it, the world agrees with me. And it's a good thing. Clouds are good. That's where I'm going. I'll fight you one to the death on this one.
You got 1 billion out of 3 billion points.
Are you
it's
effing serious? How is that a curse?
It's a curse. Clouds have the entire sky to be in.
Oh, please.
It's a desperate move on Cloud's part. Let the sun have
intrusive.
its thing. Yes. Let the sun do its thing.
No.
You Clouds, you've got everywhere you can possibly be. Let the sun do its thing.
It's a combo. It's a night. The sky, the clouds. It's all a nice, friendly combo.
No, the sun has got to have its own private space in the sky.
Oh, damn you, Bridger.
I need to be able to look directly at the sun whenever I want.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I mean, you are out of your mind, and I am going to file a grievance. Annalise, who is there a form? Who do I? Is there HR department here?
That would be me.
That would. Oh God. Whose side are you on this?
Only time will tell.
Annalise, look at me. Look at me.
Annalise. Damn it. I think I know where she's going to fall on this.
Oh, well, I hate to hear you fail so badly. It's tough.
Just so you know, I'll go to bed. I will sleep tonight with my head soundly on that pillow, knowing I was 3 for 3. Now, you can judge it how you will, but you are incorrect.
I will say you were true to who you are.
I am true to who I am.
You know, you believed in yourself, and that there is something in that. It's not a win, but it is something.
It's something.
Okay, well, let's move on. This is the final segment of the podcast. This is called I Said No Emails. People write into iSaidNoGifts@gmail.com begging for answers to all of life's problems, all kinds of things. Will you help me answer a question?
Sure, I can. I'm very smart. I've played doctors on televisions. I've played lawyers. I'm an idiot in real life, but I have played those characters.
Okay, perfect. Let's get into this. It says, Dearest Bridger and guest, every year one of my friends hosts a small and lovely Halloween party. Oh. Okay, I don't have any friends like that. She has let me know that this year she's asking everyone in attendance to take part in a secret Satan gift exchange where we'll all give each other Halloween-themed gifts. Since I've been given this information early, I want to be prepared. Any ideas for gifts I could contribute? The monetary limit on any exchanges is usually capped at $15 because we're all poor grad students.
Sure.
Your time and help is appreciated. Take care, Chloe. Interesting. This is an interesting...
That is interesting. I love a party. I'm not a dress-up guy, so generally Halloween is like a bit of a pain in the ass if there's a dress-up party. But I do think like a Secret Santa is always fun, so I'm guessing this would be fun also.
Okay.
So I do like that thought. Boy, where can you get a finger? Like, just a finger. Like, that doesn't seem too hard to get. In a box, just put a finger in a box. No, but for $15, what can you get?
I mean, you probably could get a finger for $15.
I think
just
maybe
depending
you
on
could.
which part of town you're in.
Yeah, I think you could.
I mean, and
Just
you also have 10 of your own.
You do. If you really want to commit to this.
That's a fun little project you can do at home.
And it's free if you have good insurance, because insurance will cover the sutures, and you're giving this gift. Yeah, under $15. I don't know.
I mean, my thought, I'm seeing the word Satan.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it's got to be cheap. I'm thinking, anytime I'm at an estate sale, I'm thinking every object here is haunted.
Yeah.
Find an estate sale.
Interesting.
Find an estate sale. Buy any item there. It will be haunted. And then that's the gift. It's such a beautiful, obviously look for something that looks a little spooky.
Right. I don't like to shop, and to me an estate sale is shopping. And we've gone over this. So I couldn't do
Look
that.
at it as snooping.
I like snooping.
That's kind of how I look at estate sales.
I'm
going
happy
to
to open
house.
a cabinet in the bathroom.
Of course.
If they have some, pills there. Whatever. Don't judge me. No, but you're right. You just say this is from a haunted, because you don't know what's haunted or what's not haunted.
Of course.
Absolutely.
That's a
That
cursed
being
item.
said, I could take something from any one of my drawers and say it's from somewhere. No one knows what the hell I've done.
But the feeling will be there. The evil feeling will be there.
And that's the premise of the evening.
Yes.
Just to have, that's great.
You've got to bring something evil into this exchange.
Yeah. I like to think I bring my personality, and that is evil.
Pure evil.
Pure.
That's kind of what you're known as, kind of a demonic figure.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, calling upon a demon is always free as well.
Don't say Beetlejuice 3 times.
3 times.
Don't do it.
Bloody Mary.
Oh, I used to do that.
Oh, I loved Bloody Mary.
Yes, and I'd stare in that mirror. We had a little, in the house I grew up in, we had one tiny little guest bathroom, and I would just stare in that mirror and just scare the shit out of myself.
But I never got a visit.
I never did either, but I was sure sometimes, because if you close your eyes really tight and open them fast, your own reflection scares you.
Right.
Because you're not exactly sure what you're seeing for that brief moment.
That's a great feeling.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a great thing. Is a Ouija board $15? Maybe.
Oh, really?
Maybe if you get a coupon.
Maybe a coupon. I think they're going to be more than that.
Yeah, they're probably $30.
$19.99.
$19.99.
I would have even thought more. So
$19.99 is not that's only $5 more. Nobody's got to know that she
$20 to talk to the dead, that's not bad.
Oh, that's a great
That is a
deal.
good. You know what it cost me to have a good phone plan from Europe back here? That was way more than $20.
Of course,
So
you
to
got to
talk
get
to the
SIM
dead for
card or whatever.
1995, I'm on board.
Are you scared of Satan?
I'm actually a Catholic, a practicing Catholic, and not that I go to church every week, but I am a Catholic guy, and was raised that way, and fell away and then came back and all that stuff. But I'm not, I'm what they call a cafeteria Catholic.
Right,
I believe what I believe and I don't believe the stuff I don't want to believe.
Right.
Like, I'm very pro birth control. I'm very pro LGBTQ. I don't care who the hell you marry. Have a good time. Be safe. I'm pro whatever consenting adults are involved in. I'm all on board with that. That being said, I don't believe in Satan.
Okay, right.
I just don't. I think it's a way to keep people controlled, which people could say, well, religion is a way to keep people controlled, and that could absolutely be true. I certainly have my doubts about certain things. Who knows? I mean, we're supposed to believe an ark carried 2 of every animal, and then the earth was flooded by a wonderful God who loves us, but he killed all these people on the earth. And so anyway, there's a lot.
We all have bad days.
We all have bad days, yes. I hate when God has bad days. It just really isn't good for us. No, but I have faith. I believe there's something after this. I believe when my time comes, which I'm hoping, I assume before midnight tonight. I'm
going to attack you in the parking lot.
No, I would think my heart will go by then. I would imagine. No,
God, I hope that doesn't happen now.
No, that would be great for this podcast.
Do we have your permission to release the episode post?
Yes, you do have my permission. Okay. So that will be good for this podcast.
This thing will go through the roof.
Yes, not if I get in a car accident. That doesn't count.
Okay.
Only if it's a heart attack. No, but I do believe there'll be people waiting for me on the other side, my parents and loved ones.
It's lovely.
And that gives me peace. And if I'm wrong, I'll never know.
Right.
I'll never know because
lights out.
Just lights will be out. Right. So I have a dear friend who's he runs a whole skeptic organization. They're atheists and everything, and I always say to him, I win because I get peace from this. I get solitude,
right.
And I think that when my dying day comes, there will be knowing, okay, this is sad, but I'm about to
There's
now.
something else I'm going to get.
Something else. He doesn't have that. And so I win. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. An adult man just said on your show, ha 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 ha. And Elise, can you delete that, please? No. Okay, so that's going to stay in too.
Volume up.
Yeah.
I want an echo effect put on it. Let's really maybe some auto tune. Mm-hmm. Let's juice that piece of audio.
Why not? Why not?
Okay, well, I think Chloe's gotten her answer.
Yeah.
A finger, a haunted item, just simply an evil attitude, something like that is a perfect thing to take to a party.
Yeah.
Oh, or some, evil-shaped cookies.
Scream into a box and say, in this box is a scream.
That's a great.
How scary is that?
So many things you can do at home.
So many things.
Just got to get crafty.
Yep. I know what one guy was doing when I was talking to him on the phone. See, that's called a callback, Bridger. Now, as a experienced improvisational actor, I can handle a callback. Now, the listeners who aren't experienced might be like, what is he talking about? What is happening here? But that is called a callback. That's called brilliant comedy. Or some would just say sad. So that will be up to the listener.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Jim, I've had such a wonderful time.
This has been a blast.
And I've got a Diet Coke for tomorrow.
You do, and it's the big one in the plastic jug.
I love this thing.
I know.
And I've got your book to read, and I'm prepared for any COVID surges.
Again, I heard something from Indonesia is happening. I don't know. I read something.
There's always something.
Something going on.
Oh, I can wear this while watching my gals, the Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls.
Thank you so much for being here.
This was a blast. Truly fun.
A delightful time. And listener, look, we made it through the podcast, in the new studio. I hope that you were able to remain calm. I was able to do a decent job. I think we can all say I got an A+.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I cut off now? Because I'd like to interject on that. Oh, now they're cut.
Listener, the podcast is over. We have to end the audio now.
You can't let me
I love you. Goodbye.
Say something.